Welcome back to Northside LDN, people, and today we've got the Arsenal vs Olympiacos preview. And just before we start, I want to say a big thanks to all the support and the views for the video that I had for the Arsenal weekly transfer rumours. It was a video obviously that I was just experimenting with how things go, how it would look, what would the feedback be, and the feedback's been really great, so I'm going to continue doing that video. Hopefully you like the format's a little bit different to this one. The intro is a little bit different. The way I talk about players, I try to put a face to the player I'm talking about, and there's more things I'd like to incorporate in that, but the reception was great. Like, I've never had that many views in less than 24 hours. It was like 61 views in less than 24 hours. That, for me, that's huge. Like, that is huge. That's more followers than I even have. So I just wanted to thank everyone that watched that, everyone that supported that video, and that's something that I'm definitely going to keep up and keep doing. Now, moving on to this Olympiacos match, I'm not even going to lie, like, the last couple of days, I've been looking like a fool. Like, I got to be real. Like, watching the match against Tottenham, I wasn't happy with the lineup and everything, but it worked out. It seemed to work out. I didn't like Smith Rowe on the wing, and he had a great game. Like, I'm looking like an idiot right now, I'm not even going to lie. But obviously, if you know me, I stick by my guns. He's still not a manager that I really believe in. I don't really believe in his tactics. I don't really believe in his lineup. But I have to keep it real and be real when I get something wrong. And the last two matches, you know, the last match Arteta's was right and I've been wrong. Like, the match against Olympiacos, obviously we won 3-1, and then the Tottenham 2-1. I guess, you know what I mean? W speaks for itself. So I'm looking like an idiot right here. I'm the one looking like a pagliasso. A lot of times I'm the one on these players. Say, this player's a pagliasso. They think I'm the pagliasso, innit, at the moment. But whatever, we move, innit. At the end of the day, I don't, you know, pick and choose. You know, I stick by my guns and I stick by the things that I've said. And hopefully, you know, if this manager proves me wrong, I don't really care. All I care about is Arsenal winning. If I'm proved wrong, then whatever, you know. But at the end of the day, I judge the season as a whole and not the season just on 2 games. You know what I mean? So if this is the start of something great, then cool. But at the end of the day, until I see the consistency, until I see that, then I'm not convinced. You know, with the Tottenham match, like I said, Smith Rowe had, you know, an amazing game. Odegaard looks like a player that's really coming into his own. Lacazette really stepped up with the penalty. I know it was a penalty, but at the end of the day, you still got to take it, you still got to score it. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, people miss penalties all the time, so they're not as easy as they look. And Lacazette's a player that I get onto, and he done really well. I also think Saka didn't do anything stupid. I do think David Luiz as well. You know what I mean? These are players that I normally criticise, you know? So, and they started and they did well. Do I want them now for the second leg against Olympiacos? No, I don't want them playing for Olympiacos, because at the end of the day, these are senior players, David Luiz and Saka, and from my experience with them, they're always the type of player that it's always coming. You know, a couple of games they may do well, and then a problem will arise, and if it's not one, it's the other. And at the end of the day, this is the only thing we've got to play for. So I personally don't want to see them, but so far Arteta's got it right. He has got it right, and you know, and that's just what my opinion of it is. Against Tottenham, we played really well. We controlled the game, and I want us to play the same way we played against Tottenham against Olympiacos, in the sense of controlling the game, controlling the tempo of the game. Because Olympiacos, even though we won 3-1 in the first leg and we got the 3-goal lead, I feel like we should be through. Personally, like, not being rude, but this team shouldn't even be competing with Arsenal. We need to control the game, and I also feel like on the first leg we need to learn from the first leg, because if you remember correctly, in the first leg against Olympiacos, David Luiz almost cost us a goal where he gave it straight to the defender and he just about lobbed it over the post. So this is the type of mistakes I'm talking about, and I want to see a solid performance. Olympiacos know they have to score goals, because as the score if the score stays as it is, they know they're not going to go through. So at the end of the day, we are the ones that need to come off and make sure that we don't allow them to get into the game, because they only got their goal by El Rabi because of a mistake between Leno and Ceballos. So we can't repeat that. We can't allow these men to get into the game. And lately, really and truly, the ones that we have been the makers of our own demise. We have been the ones that make mistakes at the back, or little ditch mistakes, or loss of concentration, and allowing teams to pounce and score goals, and getting back into the game where potentially they can win the game. We did it against Olympiacos, and we've done it before. So this is the type of thing that I want eradicated out of the team. And there's certain players that I just don't trust. If he wants to play them in the league, let him play Saka and David Luiz in the league. But I want to go with Cedric. I want to go with Gabriel, Pablo Mari. I want to go with, even though David Luiz played really well against Tottenham, I'd rather go with Pablo Mari. I'd rather go with Tierney. I mean, El Neni scored a goal against Olympiacos in the first leg, so why not start El Neni? I know Xhaka hasn't done anything wrong, but at the end of the day, I'd rather see El Neni there, or not even Sabah. I just put El Neni. Like, I don't really mind El Neni, Partey, and then above them, obviously Odegaard, the player that's really, really starting to evolve under Mikel Arteta, and he's starting to become a lot more. Have a lot more end product in the opposition's box. And Saka, I'm not too sure about his injury. I'm not too sure about what's going on with his injury, but I'd like to also see Martinelli. Arteta was in his press conference saying that Martinelli has trained and done everything correct, and that there's nothing wrong with him. He's done all the right things, and he takes the blame. Well, you take the blame, but I want to see him playing. You know what I mean? We're subbing on Willian all the time. Why don't we sub this kid on? I really don't understand. Like, he's great at driving forward. He's great at attacking. He's got a lot of pace. You know what I mean? He's dangerous on the counter-attack. I want to see more of Martinelli personally. Like, I want to see this kid playing. I want to see him evolving. I want to see him, the same way that we've played Saka. Saka's had way more opportunity than Martinelli. And yes, Martinelli has had an injury, but at the end of the day, I want to see this player. I want the youngsters at this club, the ones that deserve it, and quite a few of them do deserve it, to play obviously not every week, but get a big run of games, because that's how they're going to evolve. And I want to see Martinelli playing. That's a player I really rate him. And obviously Aubameyang at the top. Hopefully after his discipline against the London derby, him being late, it was said that he was late to the coach, and that he done that quite a few times, being late for the coach or being late for different matches or training sessions and things like that. And that's why Arteta chose to put him on the bench. I mean, at the end of the day, as much as I criticise Arteta, well done, Arteta. Well done. You're making the players see who is boss, who's in control, and at the end of the day, there is accountability, and what a better player to make an example out of than the captain of this team and the highest paid player at this club. You're telling him, yo, listen, boss man, you're listen. If you're not doing what I'm saying, and you're not listening to me, and you're not playing by the rules, you're not going to play. People like Saka, people like Martinelli, other players, Odegaard, all the other, younger players are going to think, Gabriel that just come in, going to think, bruh, like, if you can do that to my man, what would he do to me if I step out of line? And that's what this team needs, because this team and these players have been non-accountable for their actions. The discipline has been a joke. Everyone's been able to just live Vacation FC, Vibes FC at this club, and not being accountable for anything that they do. So I will back him, and I will big him up, Arteta, for laying discipline to Aubameyang. Obviously it paid off. Obviously I'll probably be vexed if we lost the match, but it paid off. And at the end of the day, I can't really have it both ways. I can't say, these players need, someone to put them in their place and make them accountable and make them know that this is serious playing for Arsenal, and at the other end, when a manager does do that, me criticise him. So another one, it looks like it's L City for me. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just taking bare L's, criticising for everything I've criticised of the manager, but when he does things right, I'm able to praise. And I feel like I'm the type of supporter that when we win, I celebrate. You see me dancing, you see me playing my music, I'm vibes, you know what I mean? I'm there, I'm dancing, I'm everything. So, you know what I mean? Because I'm happy when we win. But when we don't, I'm pissed off, I'm vexed, I show my temper, I show how, you know, annoyed I am. And it's the same with managers and players. If you play well, I will praise you. If you don't, then I'm going to come for you, and your club better be ready, because I'm not playing around. At the end of the day, this is a sport, and there's no time for sentiment. You know what I mean? So anyway, Arteta was good at dealing with the Aubameyang situation. You know, as I said in the first preview that I did for the first leg against Olympiacos, I said that we need to watch out for Arabi. And look, he goes and scores a goal in the first leg, and we can't. In Europe, you can't go into second leg. It doesn't matter if you go in with the advantage. You cannot go there snobby and thinking, job is done and everything. You remember they knocked us out last year. So at the end of the day, like, you know, we need to remember that. Remember the pain that they put us through, and remember that they're gonna come and play with a purpose. They're gonna play to attack and to play to score a goal and go through, because they got nothing. It's either that or they're out. You know, so we need to be prepared. It'll be interesting to see what lineup Arteta picks, because he always picks the lineup that I don't want to see. But we will see. I don't see why Martinelli can't play, and why Pepe can't play. You know what I mean? Saka, he may still be injured. Let me just have a quick look on what the situation is with Saka. So over here, we've got on the Metro saying that Mikel Arteta says Bukayo Saka is feeling much better, and a decision will be made this afternoon on whether he will feature in the second leg of Arsenal's Europa League tie against Olympiacos. The 19-year-old was taken off at half-time during last weekend's 2-1 North London victory over Tottenham. Arteta explained that after the match he was withdrawn due to a hamstring issue. So it's a hamstring that Saka's got, injury that Saka's got. And personally, I mean, hearing this news, I'll be honest, I'd rather Saka just not be risked. You know what I mean? We can play Pepe and we can play Martinelli. We don't have to go with Saka. And to be honest, he's played a lot of matches this season. So I would rather, just not to aggravate it, just keep him on the bench. Or just keep him, just let him rest at home. That's what I would rather do. Because at the end of the day, not playing him on one match where we do have adequate replacements, in my opinion, on the wings, that just shuts down any opportunity for, you know, Olympiacos to stamp all over him or aggravate that hamstring again, and then us not have him, you know, for the next following couple of weeks or whatever, you know what I mean? So for me, I'd rather just let my man, let him stay there, relaxa, fica em casa tranquilo, you know what I mean? Bebe un café, just relax yourself, just relax. We don't need to stress my guy, do you know what I mean? Just let him heal up, do you know what I mean? Because I'm telling you now, the next round is definitely going to be a team harder than Olympiacos if we go through. And we're going to need Saka, do you know what I mean? He has been probably the star of our season, our player of the season so far. You know what I mean? Aubameyang's only started to just come good lately. Do you know what I mean? Saka's been performing all season. So that's my opinion on, you know, Saka and us risking Saka. And I think that Arteta, you know, there's no reason why he can't set us up to go through. For me, we should be through, especially with 3 away goals. We should be through. But as I said, we need to watch out for Olympiacos, because even though they scored 1 goal, they had numerous chances to score. They had a couple of good chances, and we need to be careful. You know, we really need to be careful. We need our defenders, you know. If we do play David Luiz, I have a bad feeling that he is going to pick David Luiz. I mean, if David Luiz has a performance like he did against Tottenham, then, you know, we're probably on to a winner. But if he has a stinker, then obviously, you know what I mean, that can be the difference with Olympiacos coming back into the team. The same with Xhaka. Thomas Partey, I think he's been brilliant since he's been here, whipping the balls around, and he always knows how to whip a pass. Like he's really good at grabbing the ball and passing at long range, and picking up those passes, picking up those players at long range. That's one thing I like. He literally knows how to put out the fire when he receives the ball from the opposition. And so obviously, you know, he's got to play. And I do feel like El Neni deserves a chance, to come out against Olympiacos after that banger of a goal that he scored in the 3-1 win in the first leg. Obviously, Odegaard has to play as well. Do you know what I mean? And Smith, but I want Smith Rowe to come on as a substitute, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I think having the pace of Pepe and Martinelli, I think is really going to sting Olympiacos, especially when they push up, when they play a high line. We can definitely get in behind them. So that's what I want to see, and I want to see this job be done. Do you know what I mean? I want us to win the Europa League. I want us to win the Europa League. This club has only ever won the Cup Winners' Cup, and at the end of the day, that's a cup that doesn't exist anymore. As far as new era, we haven't won any European cups, and I want to win. I want to win it. I want to win it. I want to win the cup, because at the end of the day, football's about winning. It's about winning trophies. It's about lifting trophies. That's what it's about. That's the end goal of any team, is to win trophies. And we've never won the Europa. And after that embarrassment, these players owe us, after that embarrassment against Chelsea, in Baku, they owe it to us. And that's what I want to see from this club, And hopefully Aubameyang can have his shooting boots on and just finish these men, you know what I mean? Because he had one or two chances in the first leg as well to have been on the score sheet, and he didn't put it away, and we need him to turn up. And this season he hasn't turned up enough. He hasn't turned up enough for me. He's my favourite player, but he hasn't turned up enough. And it's just got to be said, At the end of the day, we got to keep it real. We got to keep it, you know what I mean? I don't talk keep a new brincadera. When we come out tomorrow, I don't want to see no payaso performances from nobody, because trust me, I'm not going to be in the mood. So that's what I want to see. I want to see us on our A game. And, this manager, I allowed him for the Tottenham match. I said, yo, we did well. We went out there, we performed. I celebrated. And I celebrated not because it didn't change anything. We beat Tottenham and we're still in 10th place. This is exactly why we got nothing to play for in the league. But I thought, you know what? Before just, grilling Arteta and certain decisions I didn't like, to be honest, he got it right. And to be honest, just because, we hate Tottenham. Yeah, we hate Tottenham, and it's a rivalry thing. It doesn't matter what's going on in the league. When we see that fixture and when we play them, we want to beat them. It doesn't matter they didn't move us up the table. It's a rivalry thing, and we'll always hate Tottenham. Do you know what I'm saying? And that nada van mudar. So at the end of the day, beating them meant a lot. And some people say, you're celebrating like this, you're celebrating like that, like you won the league. Listen, if you don't know the North London derby, if you're not part of it, then you don't understand it, innit? And Tottenham fans, I saw some Tottenham fans that were saying, you lot are celebrating like you won the league. We got bigger things to work on. What bigger things? You lot can't even win a Carabao. Stop acting like you're a bigger club, like you're a bigger fan base. Like, oh, we're bigger. We're not like Arsenal fans. We're not going to celebrate. Shut up, man. What do you lot do? What do you, man, do? You know what the North London derby is. How many years were we above Tottenham? And it was still always tough in the North London derby. And we were winning leagues. You know what I'm saying? And we never said that. Oh, why did we care for North London? Because it's the North London derby. Neither club is bigger than the North London derby. You just want to slap them to be like, yeah, we are the best club in North London. Do you know what I mean? But we've always been that anyway. You know what I'm saying? These men think it's success because they've been in the top four for a while. Whereas this club, top fours wasn't even good enough, which is why Wenger, was sacked. So there's levels to this. I know sometimes our fan base are starting to, forget that, but there's levels to this, yeah? You lot think it's success just being in top four. For Arsenal, success is winning the league. Anything else is failure, fam. Do you know what I mean? So that's with that, do you know what I mean? So I laid off Arteta. I laid off of him, but best believe if you get us knocked out, dessa porcaria dessa competição, of this competition, yeah, you get us knocked out, bro, just get ready, because I'm gunning for you, and I'm gunning for you in the next way, in the next level. I'm not even playing, bruv. I'm not even playing. So that's my opinion, on it. Let's keep the ball rolling. We've got good momentum. 2 wins, 2 matches, 2 wins. So let's see that we can take, the good from, beating Olympiacos, beating Tottenham, and apply it to this match. Apply it to getting through in the Europa, and let's just play our strongest lineup in the Europa. Like, no messing around, no, making up things and just, you know what I mean? Like, let's also, one thing that, I don't put on the manager is these players as well. Sometimes they come out and we play well in one half, but we don't play well in the other half. Like, we'll start off, probably our first 45 minutes sometimes is lackluster, and then the other 45 minutes, we start turning it on. we do tend to sometimes do that a lot of times. I don't want to. I want to see 90 minutes of us controlling and slapping up Olympiacos. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, who the hell are Olympiacos? Let's go out there. Let's slap them and get the complete the revenge for what they did to us last season. And you know what I mean? Keep our heads up and do what we need to do. That's what I want to see. Aubameyang better start. There's no more. You know what I mean? You kept him out. I'm more than sure. Aubameyang doesn't seem like a cocky character. I'm more than sure that he's learned that he's got to stick to the rules and play by the rules. And let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. Let's play. Let's win. And at the end of the day, you know what I mean? This is the only thing we've got left. This is what our season, is on. And at the end of the day, for me, if this manager gets knocked out of the Europa League, if this manager doesn't win the Europa League and we stay in 10th position, I want him out. I want him out because it's not fair. We can't sack Emery for Europa League final, 6th place, and he gets fired, but yet this guy doesn't. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Less of the sentiment, less of all this trust the process and all this type of thing. I don't care. I care about Arsenal. I care about Arsenal. That's the only. I don't care saber de outra merda, nenhuma outra porcaria. I don't care. Yeah? That's the only thing I care about. So, you know what I mean? Let's just stick to that. Guys, please like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Remember, you can catch a lot of content of mine that sometimes I don't put up here on YouTube because of copyright. I put up on my Instagram. My Instagram is NorthsideLDN. It's nice and simple. Name of the name of my channel. Just go in there. You know what I mean? Follow, like, all that good stuff on my YouTube. Subscribe, and once again, thank you again for the support of my video that I released yesterday. And yeah, you guys don't know how much it means. As a small YouTuber, seeing that support, that really gives me the motivation to continue this, because I'm a nobody starting a YouTube channel and just trying to, do this the way that, I'm trying to make the type of YouTube channel that I would like to subscribe to. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel the type of thing that, if I saw somebody doing this, would I subscribe? Yeah, I would subscribe. Do you know what I mean? So I'm always evolving, always improving. I hope you guys see that, and thanks again. Thanks for the support and everything. Hopefully tomorrow we can get the W. A man can be out here dancing, you know what I mean? A little kizomba or a little salsa or whatever, a little salsa choque or a little, you know what I mean? A little 50 Cent or whatever. You already know, like, I don't know, I'm spontaneous. Like, it just comes to me, like, off, I don't know. Like, whatever the vibes is, the vibes is. So, yeah, hopefully it's a W and I don't have to come here grumpy, moody, and we can celebrate. I can have my little cervejinha. You know what I mean? And it's all celebration. So without further ado, please like, subscribe, and I'm out.